Welcome to another DFW Running Talk. I'm Chris Stetzel, and today's special guest is Casey Novelo. Casey, how's it going?
Going well. How about yourself?
Doing well. And before we get into it, the reason this is so special, Casey, you and I slightly talked about this kind of as I call it the pre-show. I'm going to start recording these pre-shows from now on, and then maybe give people kind of something to listen to if they want to on the side or something. I don't know, but they're kind of fun. But you ran 2:24 in Dallas, the Dallas Marathon, here back in December, which is pretty amazing. You got second place overall. But before we talk about that, it's funny because Brent Woodall, probably 2 months ago, he was telling me, he goes, "Hey, you should get on your podcast. Is this guy named Casey Novello?" And I was like, "Who?" I went there to Strava the same day and I was like, "Who is this guy?" He goes, "Man, he's doing it right. He's running lots of miles. He's really," and I was like, "Yeah, maybe." And let's see what he does in Dallas. And so I looked and dude, you smoked it, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, let's get into it, man. You've been running for quite a bit of time, right? And so let's talk a little bit about how you started running, when you started running, high school, college,
Yes.
whatever.
So I guess it goes back to my sophomore year of high school. I was going to Trinity High School and whole life played basketball. That was really like my favorite sport. My like passion wasn't by no means was a runner really. I guess I did a little bit of running to stay in shape, but so going to my sophomore year, I was trying out for the high school basketball team at Trinity High School here in Euless, and it was like after the tryouts one day, it's the JV coach. He was the head cross country coach, and he recommended to the boys trying out. It's like, hey, it's like it would look really good to go do cross country, get you in shape. And I wasn't really thinking about it. Again, really not much of a runner. Honestly, was one of the slower guys, not very quick on the basketball court. But two of my buddies, it's like they went up and went to talk to him about cross country. I was like, shoot, like I'll hop.
Why not?
It can't hurt. It can only help. And I stuck through it. The other two guys ended up not sticking through the whole season.
Really?
Yeah, so I was by no means the that good. Team was not very good, but I was able to sneak onto varsity after I think two guys like failed a class. So I know, great. And
Good for you. But
yeah,
when
I
one
got I
opportunity ends for somebody, another opportunity comes
I,
up for
I got
somebody
I
else.
got I got the fancy Letterman jacket, so really enjoyed rocking that at school.
I'm sure.
But was not very good. I think my that sophomore year at our varsity district race, so the biggest race of the season, I ended up getting second to last in the whole race. So yeah, that was not a great race by me, but
Do you remember like a time or anything? Just
I
out of
think it was probably I think like 21:30 off the top of my head. It was a tough course, but yeah, I never broke 20 that season in the 5K, so that kind of goes to show how not great our team was, just being honest. But
it is what it is.
yeah, and I thought it's like I'll stick this out. It's like after that, like basketball season came across and just played basketball. Didn't really stick with the running, but then come next summer, I was like, I might train for this running thing, give it a shot, do some mileage, look up some YouTube videos here and there. And
Question, whenever you did cross country the first time, did you feel like it helped you in basketball?
I don't think so, really. Like I did feel like I was in slightly better shape, but it's
Yeah.
such different fitnesses.
Yeah.
It's like yes, it's not like basketball's way just like quick
Right.
explosionness and kind of I don't know like the pacer test. I don't know if you've ever you know what that is, but it's like a running test where it's like you stop and go the whole time and very different fitness compared to like cross country running. But I felt like endurance wise, I was definitely a bit better.
But
And
it didn't
and
really help play basketball better.
my coach, like when we did runs like sprints after like practice for basketball practice, it's like I got to skip out on that because I ran cross country that morning, so that was a plus.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so then like junior year of high school, like started training a bit more over that summer and just running more, running consistently, and I like started like recruiting a few of the other teammates, and we started just like building a better team. And that junior season of mine, I was able to get my 5K down to I think a 1750. So quite a good jump.
So it's huge.
Thank you. And as a team, we were able to make it to regionals. We got third place as at our district. And so made it to regionals. And that was like the first time in I think 15 years that as a team we made it to regionals. So a big deal. And really like we had a pretty good group of guys and just starting the culture there.
Yeah.
And
There's nothing
so,
that helps besides winning. When you start winning,
yeah,
then you're a
no,
little bit more motivated. You're like, oh, next
absolutely.
year we're coming back. We're
And
gonna be in first.
we got some medals. So
Yeah.
it was really fun. We didn't do great at regionals, but just like making there was really big for us. And then yeah, basketball was all right. I started like falling out of love a little bit. And so I did like track season. That was my junior year and ran decently, but that got cut short because of COVID. So
Interesting.
really then COVID happened probably at like mid-March, April-ish. So started really just like beginning my focus for cross country and putting in really good mileage over that summer and was able to again like recruiting the other guys to come run with us. And by my senior year of cross country, I got my time down to 16:20 in the 5K. I got like third in my as an individual in our district race, and then as a team we got second, so made it back to regionals, and that was just really fun for us. And didn't perform the best at regionals, but really just started falling in love with running. And even before then, just like it's like in that moment, it's like I really wanted to like try to run in college and started reaching out to schools. That's how I ended up getting in contact with the Texas A&M or sorry, Texas A&M Commerce cross country. And really the idea was it needed to be a public school in Texas and allow me to run on their team just financially. And so
A lot
Commerce
cheaper.
was, yeah, way cheaper. And Commerce, they let me get a roster spot. So signed sometime in December there and ran a pretty decent track season. Was a bit more of a miler
Yeah,
than like a 2 miler, but I ran 4:26. So
that's impressive.
thank you. And that was a really fun meet. Ran at my home track, home meet, had some of my friends watching. Almost won the race. I did beat Antonio. Antonio, I know we were talking about him. So that the a pre
That's your first college. That was your first college season for track.
sorry, that was in first high school season. Or sorry, last high school. My senior year of high school.
Senior year of high school. Got it. Got
Yeah.
it. Okay.
And then in college, that was really fun, just like continuing developing. We do 8K, 10Ks in college. So
Did you get a scholarship over there? Or?
after my sophomore year,
Okay.
I earned a scholarship. I was
You walk
scored.
on. In the
Yeah,
first.
definitely. I think they call it a preferred walk on because I did technically have like a roster spot to begin with, but
Okay.
really just wanted to run. And it's something, and really like my college experience was like running for me. It's all my friends now. And like even so, a lot of my buddies I'm talking to still, hanging out with still are all from the cross country team. And that was really
That's
like
pretty.
really enjoyed like our calf time. That was like after practice, we would always go to the cafeteria, have a lot of good banter there. So that was really fun. And I really enjoyed my college experience. By the end was able to get my 5K PR down to a 14:34, and then mile was like 4:15.
Did you ever get injured any of that time, or were you
So I'm
pretty stable?
pretty durable. I would
That's
say
pretty
it's
good.
like biggest injury maybe kept me out, I would say 5 days really. I think I wouldn't consider myself like the most like insanely talented runner, but I think one of my biggest talents is just like durability. It's like I've always been a very high mileage guy, even in high school and college. I think one week in high school, it's like I got up to 100 miles, like just training myself.
You
Because
never had
again,
a
we didn't
coach or anything until.
not so in high school, it's like we had like our cross country coach,
Yeah,
he
but
gave us workouts during the cross country season, but really like after that, he was pretty like
um,
hands off. And like again, he had the whole basketball season to focus on. But
a lot of times what happens is those coaches, they're coaches of, they just get thrown into cross country. So they're doing basketball
yeah,
because that's their main thing. Is oh, you get cross country too. Okay, just go run.
no. Uh-huh.
Whatever.
Yeah, and I had a good relationship with him. He was also my basketball coach, so I knew him well. And I know my senior year, as I was like developing and like definitely like the number one on the team, like I guess the team captain to an extent. He was definitely like asking me sometimes, it's like, hey, what workouts do you want to do this week, Casey? So that was
Exactly.
that. Yeah, but I enjoyed it, and I was like always. It's like I felt like I knew what was like best, or maybe that's a bit big headed of me. But in college, yeah, that was I had like I followed the coach's kind of plan. It was like
I'm sure they're a coach of just cross
yeah,
country.
they're So my freshman year, I got recruited by one coach, and then he ended up leaving after my freshman year. So that was definitely a bit of a change. But the second coach I had, I really liked his training. And I felt like I really developed a lot and learned a lot under him, and really credit most of my it's like big jumps.
Yeah,
It's like to the training, trusting the process, big mileage, and incorporating some like double threshold in my senior year, which I know that's a big talk in the running world now. So,
it is big
but
now. Yeah.
yeah.
All
And
right.
then
So how'd you do in college? I know you did some good times
so
and stuff, but
I was okay. I was always so like my entire career, on my team, on my cross country team, I was I think fourth on our team
yeah,
in my freshman year, and then I was third the next 3 years.
couldn't get to that first spot, huh?
No, not quite. It's like the first guy he was a freshman with me, so it's like we developed together. But man, he was a stud on the cross country course.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but we were good, and like we were competitive, but not necessarily like ever like competing for the wins. It's I think our best placement was fifth place my senior year out of 12 teams. We were a good team, competitive, didn't have the international talent that some colleges have, and so that limited us a little bit. But I enjoyed it was just all pretty much local Texas guys with so it was fun to develop together. And my class, my I guess like my freshman class, like there was a group of I think 5 or 6 of us who we were there like the whole year, and we really like brought up the program. And I thought that was very like just accomplishing to like us, even though I think if the team continues this like momentum, we can in a few years they can be pretty good. But it's a whole another ball game, that college.
Sure, but it sounds like you had a lot of fun.
No,
Any fun stories? No, get to hang out with some buddies, did some fun things, or what's?
So like commerce, there's not too much out there. It's a population of 8,000, but it's like pretty much just a college campus. But I always remember it's like we had a bunch of different like routes, like just in the middle of nowhere. And so it's like one time it's like we saw like a wild boar just on the road. We've been chased by cows before, dogs. It's so really good. Just I don't know, a lot of good like just running memories out there, and just like living life. And the college, I guess, student athlete lifestyle, it's like we had a lot of like free time, and we were really like we had a lot of focus on athletics. So I really enjoyed that aspect while also being focused on class too. But
Gotta pass, gotta do well,
yeah,
gotta study. That's why you're there, really.
yeah, no, I knew, or I always enjoyed running, and I guess I've run some pretty good times now, but still, I knew I was there for my education, making sure to set me up. It's like not making too much money off of running right now, maybe in the future.
I think the future's bright. There's no doubt about it, and it'd be fun to see what you do in the future. But so you get done with college and have some fun and get to really build some great relationships. Do any of those folks live in Dallas or no that you ran with?
A few of them, but it's still a bit like all over the place.
Okay.
So I wouldn't say like the guys who have graduated are taking running the most like seriously right now, but I still enjoy hanging out with them on the weekends.
Yeah. A lot of
So
people will steer away from it for a while because one, they're trying to go to work, trying to make a living, all these things. They've done a lot of running. They're tired of it.
yeah, no, there's a lot, and it's yeah, some of the best guys who it's like, man, you were so fast in college, and but it's no life catches up, and it's when you get out of that like college lifestyle routine with working, it's like it does take quite a bit more commitment.
Now, when you get done with college, what was next? I mean, you mentioned on the kind of the pre-show that you just went right into the marathon because you were like, I've got some fitness. I want to just see what happens. Walk me through
Yeah,
that.
so so I guess going a little bit back in like 2024, I ran the BMW or the Dallas half marathon.
Okay.
I think I got sixth in that. I think 70, 50. So that was a pretty good race, and I really enjoyed that. It's like I had never run anything over a 10K at that point. That was my really, I guess, my first like competitive road race, and I felt like I really had like a knack for it. It's like I was beating a few of my teammates ran it with me, and I beat them, who it's like I felt like they were better than me at shorter distances. But
Longer you.
it's like I felt pretty strong in that. And so I had the idea, it's like I wanted to run a marathon, just like see how it goes. And like after, and so I was like during that April time period, I guess, of 2025. So this past April, like end of my college career, I was kind of looking for some marathons, and I guess like that pretty much the week after our like conference track race,
Yeah,
and
a week
it's
after.
to yeah, a week, I know, a week after, but it's carry over the fitness, and I felt like
Carry over the fitness 1 week later.
yeah, well, the longer I wait, it's like I
Yeah.
wanted to get into the off season already. So,
Okay.
um,
Yeah, it's true.
but, so I like the there was this one in Vermont, the Vermont City Marathon, and like I called up my mom on a whim notice. I was like, hey, do you want to tag along with me as I go to this? And she was like, sure. So I bought our plane tickets then and signed up for the
Did you
race.
ask your mom so that she would buy the plane tickets?
No, she just so pretty much like how the split between us was she covered her own plane ticket and the expenses like we paid there. So
Yeah.
like, I guess like rides there, food there, and like I got like the hotel there,
Hmm,
and then
that's fair.
so it was a
Yeah, yeah.
pretty 50-50 split. It wasn't
Okay.
like, hey
I
mom,
didn't know. Maybe you had some kind of, hey, do you want to go with me? And by the way, plane
yeah,
tickets are X
yeah,
and
I
shit.
like convinced her. I was like, hey, like you just get there and then I'll cover the rest. It's I won't want to go with or without you. So
Yeah.
it's so that was really fun, and that was my first time like in Vermont and like seeing the area, and was
Vermont's
really
cool.
yeah, and especially in like into May, it's like it was beautiful. It was like a crisp, I think 48 degrees during the race, so
Perfect.
lovely day. And so went and did that
Wait,
kind
wait.
of
Okay, we're gonna go deep into this marathon. Okay, so tell me a little bit about training. How many miles were you training before? Look,
yeah.
you can understand. It sounds like you understand what it takes to do all the running. Maybe not marathon per se, but you're probably in pretty good shape. Tell me what that was like before.
So my cross country, or I guess my like my track training, it's like I was definitely an endurance guy. I was really
Mm,
focused on 10K, 5K,
okay,
and that season I think I probably peaked at I think 106 miles, so
okay,
very high
for
mileage.
for a week. Yeah,
Yes, for a week, and I would say that I was probably averaging most weeks between like 85 and 100, so very good block. And that season, like I had run 14:34 in the 5K, so that was a big PR from like the previous season, which I think my PR the, was I think 15:20-ish, so
damn,
very
that's
big
huge.
PR. Yeah, a lot of stuff was just clicking, really getting into honing into the double threshold training. My coach ended up like getting an actual like a lactate meter. And so I felt like that really just enhanced the training, and like things were just clicking on all cylinders. I was feeling very fit, very strong, and ended up having like at our district or our sorry, our conference meet, I placed ninth in the 5K, and that was like by far my highest finish of my career. And so I was by no means was doing, I would say, like marathon training at all leading up to this Vermont marathon, but yeah, it's like high mileage, lots of like threshold and I guess like sub threshold work around that quote unquote marathon pace. And it's like long runs, nothing crazy long, but I think we got up to around 17 miles probably for our longest. Definitely comfortable with like time on feet. It's like we've gotten up like I guess 17 miles like at an easy pace is around like 2 hours. Like definitely felt confident that going into the marathon that I was going to be able to like do the whole 26 miles. Yes, I had never run anything. I think my longest run was like ever 18 before then. It's like I looked up a few like fueling videos.
I mean,
So
you're gonna be fine.
and like
You're running
bought
80 to
some
100 miles.
yeah,
I think you'll be all right. I'm not saying that you won't struggle at the end. You'll be good.
yeah.
All right. All right. I just wanted to, I'm curious on the double threshold is you mean 2 a day kind of things. And are you
Yeah,
running
so
like 12 or 13 times in a week or what does that look like? When you,
I would say like going through a pretty standard week of college training back in this spring. I would say we're not racing this week. Typically it would be a Monday, so Monday double threshold, Tuesday double threshold, and what that's typically looking is I would say Mondays probably say in the morning typically we would go on the treadmills. It would be 5 by 6 minutes around I would say marathon pace with 1 minute jog, easy cool down, warm up, probably around 10 miles altogether in the morning. And then in the afternoon, I would say probably around 10 hours later, we would do a sample workout would be a 10 by 1K around that, I guess, LT2 range. I would say, or probably then it's like I was doing around like 5:35 for that morning workout, that morning temp marathon effort pace. And the afternoon, I would be doing like 5:10 to 5:15 pace for the 1Ks with like 1 minute jog, walk, rest. Really, I felt like with the double threshold training, it was just you're able to like it was a lot of running. Don't get me wrong. Like we were probably doing 20, 21 miles in a day, but it's like there's no other way for me to be able. So it's like that's around like 70 minutes of threshold work altogether with those two sessions. And like that could be like that's around, I guess, 10, 11, 12 miles. Like that just you really you can't really do 12 miles of threshold in one session. You would be
That's
like,
awesome. Yeah.
yeah. And so doing a session like that and then a replica session like that or doing a session like that on Monday, a semi replica session like that on Thursday, and probably a fairly easy long run. It's because of how much threshold we were getting in. We didn't really need to hammer a long run, and then filling the rest with easy runs, a lot of doubles, probably I'd say doing 5 doubles a week, including the 2 double thresholds. So I would say, or yeah, that's about probably doing 12-ish runs a week.
Wow. Okay. All right. Yeah, I just did a podcast with Brent Woodall, and he was
Mhm.
talking to me a lot about that and really focused in on some of that stuff. So that's why I was curious because I hear
No,
you're doing
yeah.
it as well. So, all right. So you get to the race, and what does race day feel like? What does it look like? And what are you
So
thinking?
I was just like
Marathon wise.
excited. Yeah, I was just excited. It's like after like the week before having like probably like the biggest race of the season for me, it's like this marathon, it was no pressure. It's like I'm
Yeah.
there
Zero pressure.
having fun and it's no real expectations. Just gonna like, I knew the field, like I looked at my competitors, big running nerd. So I was like, it's like, I know the field. I'm like, there's going to be some decent guys to run with out there. And I didn't really know the course back that. It's just like going out
Yeah,
there,
it's coming.
exploring a new city, and it was a beautiful day. I think, yeah, like mid to high 40s at the start, probably like mid 50s by the end, but just fun. And it was early morning. I think it was a 7 a.m. start time, but
The best kind.
yeah, I know it was great. And so just started out, I guess my goal going in was sub 2:30. I
Okay.
felt just,
Oh,
yeah, I know barely
you're shooting
ambitious,
for the moon, but
but it's
you
like,
knew you.
yeah, like I always kind of saying it's like fitness is fitness. It's like if I can run a fast 5K, 10K, like
If you do
I
the
like,
math, you know where you're
yeah,
at.
yeah. And so I thought 2:30 was like an honest goal.
Yeah.
And so just got out, started like trekking through the pace, and I surprised. Or so in theory, it's like I probably should have went out, or it's like I got stuck in no man's land after probably 5 miles. They're just like the pack in front of me. They were just going out a bit faster than I was like comfortable. I didn't want to hit the scary 20-mile wall as everybody talked about. And having never ran past 20 miles, I'm like, man, I don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
So took it out,
I think it's smart.
yeah, fairly conservatively. Still, again, felt fairly good through halfway. I think I split around a 73:30 half. So was
Okay.
way on. I gave myself lots of cushion, and like my fueling throughout the race was pretty good and felt like my stomach was holding up well, was getting in pretty good fluid. So
Were you running
just
with
kind of,
anybody? Did you have somebody
so
that just kind of,
I would say like so really from if I 5 to 15, I was by myself. But again, it's like I don't know. I do a lot of running on my own, and even in college, it's a lot of those doubles were by myself. So it's like I was comfortable, and it's like really just enjoying the race. It's like you don't really get that type of energy at like track races. Just so it's like really enjoying it. And I think by mile like 15, I had caught one of the guys who had fallen off from the front pack, and he ended up sticking with me probably for probably to like mile 20-ish. And so we ran a good like 5 miles together, and like I felt like he was sitting on me most of the time. I was like, man, come on, help me out a little bit. I we got into some long downhill stretches. I really just started like working on the downhills, slowly gapped him, and by that point, I never felt like super like bad. It's like I felt maybe like the fueling was just good, but maybe I just didn't go hard enough. I felt pretty good and never, I dropped him, but I never caught anybody else from the front pack. But ended up, it's like closing it in. And yeah, I ran 20 or 2:27, I think 50 or 49.
Place
Really,
did you get?
I got 13th.
Okay.
And
All
so
right. 13
it was a
fast
pretty,
still. Yeah.
yeah, pretty competitive. There was a bit of like prize money in there, and it's like I did quite a bit of research. It's like I wanted to go to this Vermont one because I knew there would be at least some people around me, and definitely some people better than me. It's I didn't want to be out there, or I guess I was out there by myself a bit of it, but didn't want to go. It's not very humble of me, but didn't want to go to some small marathon and win it in a sense. I really wanted to have more
One of the
competition.
competition. Yep. And
Yeah,
then, hey, you never know. But do you remember the first place time or?
2:17. It was quick. Yeah, that guy's a stud.
Okay. So you ran your first marathon.
Mhm.
Afterwards, how'd you feel? What were you thinking? What was,
My legs were really tired. That was I I I felt like in the race itself, like I didn't realize how tired my legs, but as like soon as I stopped, it's like I was limp. It was a pretty hilly course, and I was limping around for a while, and we very exhausted, but I don't know, it was super fun. It's just you don't have that, or for me at least, I don't have that much fun in just like a track race. It's a
kind of
different
business?
feel. It's almost like describe it. It's like a parade. It's a celebration. It's like those marathons, and it's like just super fun. And I just I got the itch for it. It's like really just enjoyed it, and definitely exhausted. Don't get me wrong. I was ready to eat a lot of food, but
Did you think, oh my God, like I can't wait to do this again? Or man, that really sucked. Well, I mean,
no,
what was,
definitely. I can't wait to do this again.
okay.
But I feel like which for me personally, I love running. I really enjoy it, and
You're really good at it.
it's thank you, thank you. But I just enjoy racing, enjoy competing seeing how good I can be. And it's like how even going back to like my high school, like back in high school when I first got into it, it's like it was the one sport I always felt like the harder I worked, the better I was going to. And
Mhm.
like with basketball, there was a lot of kind of other factors that it's like the more you train, it's like the better you're going to be. But it's like you're there with other teammates, you're there with coaching, and it's like sometimes you don't make your shots. It's like with running, I felt like I knew it's like the more work I put in, it's like obviously you gotta be smart with it, can't be crazy, but it's like the more work you put in, genuinely speaking, you're gonna get better. And I really loved seeing just the linear progression throughout my career, and it's even now, it's like I just still really enjoy like developing.
You put a lot of work, time, and effort into this sport of running, just from what you've said in your background, and I think that's pretty impressive. But how do you not get better? You've seen yourself get better and be able to compete at a high level, college, small college, but still really competing and doing well, and you saw a lot of progress, and so you took it to the next step after college, running marathons, and I know you ran a half as well. So I'm curious, now that you ran your first marathon, and when did you decide that Dallas Marathon was going to be the one?
So I think it's like I ended up getting bib number one in the marathon, which I think I just signed up first for the elite field, but I'd like to believe it was like in June.
Okay.
I like signed up for I guess I did the elite application, and it's like I wanted to run it, but honestly, it's like more so like this season, like I had been more focused on running a fast 5K, which is like funny. Or so like the week before like the Dallas Marathon, I went to Michigan. They had a very fast like indoor track race. They have a nice facility there up at one of the colleges, and so that was like my A goal race. Really, it's like I knew I wanted to run the Dallas Marathon, and it lined up fairly well with it being like the week after the 5K.
Week after.
It's like
Okay.
recovering from a 5K is just
Yeah, I get
significantly
it. I get it.
easier compared to recovering from a marathon.
Fair enough.
So
But you're risking a lot,
yeah,
but you don't get injured yet, so that's good.
yeah, or knock on wood. But so I would say most of it's like I always had Dallas on the calendar, and I thought I had a decent chance at going for the win and really competing because just based off what I ran in Vermont back in May and just like knowing like the build I had coming up, it's like I ran a half marathon in October. I broke 68, ran I think 67:58. So knew I was in good
Yeah,
marathon shape,
really good shape.
but again was still more honed in on like the 5K. I was still like I guess looking to try to get another big 5K PR, see if I could carry the momentum over. And it didn't pan out very well. I think travel, yeah, the weeks leading into or I think the day before I got a little bit sick before the 5K and that didn't like with travel and yeah, it just did
What'd you
not pan
do?
out.
Out of curiosity.
Uh, I ran 14:55, so still it was a good day. I think that's my fifth time. And again, looking back like a year before then, it's like I would have been ecstatic with breaking 15. Still happy with it, and still enjoyed the trip going into Michigan and gave it a crack. Really blew up that last mile, but it was still fun. It's still felt like with having Dallas Marathon the next weekend, I was let me get over this sickness, let
Adventure.
me rest up. Really, it's like all the work I'd done this build since the summer. It's like I knew the hay was in the barn, so it's like I knew I
Yeah.
was ready for a good day at
Yeah.
Dallas.
Look, you're 22 years old, and so you're running these 5Ks, and you just broke the 108 barrier in the half marathon, which is really good. Do you train with anybody, like friends, or what does that look like?
So
Some kind of
really,
group?
it's like my no, it's like I pretty much all my training is alone. It's
It's crazy.
except or it's like my mom will go with me on the bike. I still live with my parents right now, saving a bit of money, and so it's like pretty much any or I'd say 3 to 4 times a week she's out there with me on the bike, not necessarily pacing, but just for company. Helps sometimes time my workouts on the track and whatnot. But I don't know. It's like I feel like more so just like for convenience with work, like in the mornings and like afterwards, it's like I'd rather save the 30 minutes of time, like just like leaving from home, training by myself to get that extra sleep in.
Yeah, look, you're young too, which is fine. But I would just tell you, like, there's some guys, they're in Dallas, so slightly maybe on the weekends or something. I don't know if you heard of the sloths, a lot of really fast dudes and women that can really help push you a little bit. And so think about that, but that's neither here nor there. But that's pretty amazing that you just run, on your own, basically.
No, definitely interested in the groups. It's just, yeah, I would say I get like, yeah, just right now it's tough. It's tough with work and it's like it's getting into it's like definitely over the weekends. And I think as I transition into a bit more, I guess, specific marathon training with really like long runs, definitely would be nice to have some company. And so definitely look to make the trip out to Dallas some weekends.
Hit me up. I'll not running with me, but with the folks, I could tell you who to run with. Now, so you get to Dallas, you ran this 5K, you did pretty good actually, but not to what you wanted. So what was your mindset kind of going in there and how was your training there? Like, you feeling good or?
So yeah, I felt like I recovered fairly well from the sickness. Was really didn't like I guess the had not been doing much volume. Was dealing with a little bit of an injury leading up to the 5K, so like really tapered off the volume. But I knew the fitness was good, and it's like I definitely done my highest mileage like ever in my life. I got up to 120-mile weeks, so lots of running. But it's like a lot like I knew all the fitness was there. So going into Dallas, like I had gotten the elite field and I knew the NAIA guys, the college runners were also there, but so I didn't know exactly what that was gonna look like. Looking just at the field, like I felt confident that it's like I could compete with everybody here, and it's like
I
I
bet
know
you thought you
Dallas,
might win. So
yeah, or
last year you
yeah,
would have won.
yeah, yeah, but yeah, I wanted to compete for the win, and knowing like what I run in the half, it's like that. It's pretty much just like trying to find the lead pack. I really felt like nobody could run away from me through halfway. It's like just basically stay with the leaders until you either win or you lose. And so definitely felt confident going in, and yeah, it was a fun race, but
So
definitely
tell
was
me a little bit about
confident.
your research because you told me at the last marathon you knew the runners, which I
So
believe. Let me tell you, I want to tell you this one thing because I don't think you knew it. Maybe you did. I don't know. But doing your research from last year, Travis won it last year. Right? And so 226, his first marathon ever, very similar kind of background that you have, ran in college, and then he wanted to run. So it's I don't know if Travis, but he's getting back into it and he's running Boston this year. But he's a little older than you, not much. Anyways, this year nobody knew, like Stephen Fahey, the guy that actually won it. A lot of people, I don't even think he thought he was going to run it or even run that fast because I talked to him a couple months before and he was injured and all this stuff. And I didn't know anything about him until I knew him 2 months ago. And but a lot of people didn't know that he was a potential front runner, right? I'm sure he shocked everyone. I'm not sure I was shocked that he won, but he didn't win by much. Anyways, so now tell me what you're going to tell me. And then tell me,
So
did you think of Steven at all during that?
from the race director, I think like Paul Bucks,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
it's like I emailed him like probably a month or two before the race. It's like, hey, can I see what like the elite entry is looking like? And so he sent that over to me, and so I
So you
was
did
like,
your research on everybody.
I know, I did my research. I
Okay.
knew
You did
pretty
know.
much everybody on that starting lines. I knew
Okay.
like Joe Hale
Yeah.
was there, and then Craig, or I forgot his last name, but he was another really good runner. I think he ran at UTA in college, quite the stud, and I was with him most of the race, and I also knew Steven was there, and I like obviously.
Did you think Steven was gonna
So
had a chance or
yes, I
didn't?
thought it was gonna be.
Pretty smart dude.
It's like if I didn't win, it's like I was thinking it was gonna be either Craig or Steven who won.
All right.
So I
That's
knew, and
crazy. That's
obviously
I love that.
he was just a stud. Like he was a stud in college, and I was stalking a bit of his Strava and knew he had some pretty good quality long runs, so knew he was in shape to be competitive. And
Okay.
it's one of those things where it's I think he ran, or just showing how much research I do on these guys. I think he ran like 13:30
Yeah.
back in college,
Insane.
and
He did. Yeah, he
that's
did.
like that's level. Like I'm pretty good, but it's like that's levels above me.
Yeah.
And so if a guy like that can go, it's like even with decent training, it's like I think he always has a chance. And so obviously you never know how anybody's body's going to hold up in a marathon. There's a lot of factors, but yeah, definitely liked his chances going in there.
Okay. So all right. So you did know. So I was completely wrong. I guess I should have thought that whenever you were telling me.
Maybe I was the only person who knew, but
No, probably not. Look, maybe all you guys do that. This is your competition and things like that. The NAIA guys, all they really cared about, I think, was the other NAI folks. They
yeah,
didn't really
yeah,
care about the marathon in general. It was just, I want to beat these guys that are in the. You weren't their competition per se. I'm not saying you didn't push them or whatever, but that's not who they were racing. From my
mhm,
understanding, is that's what
yeah.
Stephen was saying. Now, tell me about the marathon. How did you feel this time going into it? I don't know. Walk me through mile 1 to 13, then 13 to 26.
So going into the race, I felt pretty good. Like the taper felt pretty good. So just wanted, it's tricky in the Dallas with being like the half marathons there, knowing
Yeah,
where you are.
that's right.
But I knew, so it's again, like I knew the people I'm looking for. It's like I knew like Craig and Steven were like, I felt like they were my biggest competition. So like whichever one of them was leading, it's like just stick with them. And so I I think it ended up being like a pack of six of us, me, Craig, and then four NAI guys. And pretty much and again, before the turn, I didn't know if any of these guys who were going out blazing fast. I expected all of them to be in the half marathon, but I wasn't too sure. But just like sticking with this pack and cruising along. And when we eventually got to the turn and we realized we were the lead pack, I was like, okay, this is good. It's just don't need to worry about having to catch anybody in the front. Like just, and it's a very windy day. So I felt like I wasn't doing much help in the group, sticking towards the back.
Yeah, that's
But
smart.
yeah, just like sometimes there'd be some surges here and there, but relatively speaking, felt pretty comfortable. I feel like I'm a pretty good, I like the downhills. I'm not a big uphill runner. So it's if they would gap me a little bit on the uphills, it's like I would catch them on the downhills, but really just sticking together and cruising along. And I think when we split like or like halfway ish, it was around 72 mid. And I guess going in, I was like a time goal. It's like breaking 2:25. That was
Hmm.
like the rough time goal, but
Kind of what
really
your
just
goal
like,
was.
yeah, really
Okay.
more so than anything competing. It's like
Yeah.
having fun, racing. And like halfway, it's like we had been probably cruising around like 5:30s, 5:35s. And then at the halfway mark, we're now going around the lake, and it's definitely the flatter sections. So Craig, he makes a really strong move, like probably immediately drops from 535s to 520s and definitely starts like gapping us. And
Did that
like,
scare you a little
it's
bit, or?
not, so it's like, I felt good. And I was like, okay, this is a move I need to match. It's, if I
I
want to
like
go
it.
for the win, I feel good. I feel confident. Let's go work. Let's go
Love it.
race. And so
Okay.
pretty much immediately I matched the move. The other four, again, since the NAI guys are racing each other, it's like none of them match really. And so like I'm looking behind me, so it's I can tell none of them really stick with me or stick with us. And so then it's really just me and Craig for a while. We're cruising, a little bit of like surging here and there. Like one of us would take it, but for the most part, it's we like mutual agreement. It's like we're working together, but we're just like waiting. It's a long race still.
Yeah.
And
Do you
uh,
ever talk at all, or is this kind of okay?
not particularly. We were pretty quiet the whole
Yeah.
time. I felt like I was enjoying it a bit more. It's like there'd be sometimes like fans would see us or like people in cars. I remember one time we were crossing the road and it's like cars are there, they're cheering. I
Yeah.
was like waving at them. Like it's like he was a bit more serious than me, but it was it was
Maybe he was just struggling. Who knows?
yeah, who knows? So from really like 13 to 20, it's like it's us two. Like
Yep.
we're working together and I'm looking behind me the whole time. And I didn't realize at the time it was Steven, but it's like I knew like some guy was lurking and
Okay.
it's like more so than anything really focusing on just not like the race like between me and Craig really
And
like
remember, if you listen to that podcast, he was lurking. He did
yeah,
say
no,
that.
he was.
He's just keeping
And
you
I
inside his sights the
yeah,
whole time.
and I knew he was there, and
Okay.
I
All
could
right.
tell it's like at the pace we were going, it's like the gap was never growing,
Yeah.
and we were running like
Really
we were
fast.
gapping the NAIA guys
Yeah.
like pretty easily. We were gapping them by quite a bit, but like Steven, he was there the whole time, and so wasn't necessarily like worried, but more just
Yeah.
okay, like I still got to run my race, and
Yeah.
so we
Because
get
you're
out of
still
the
thinking
lake.
you and Craig. It's just
Yeah,
you two. If you can keep this pace, you probably have it. I would think,
yeah, like I
or a
got to
chance.
win this race first before worrying
Yeah.
about anybody else.
Yeah.
And so probably around mile 20, like that's when it gets into those rolling hills, getting back to, I think, Greenville Ave. And so it's like, I felt pretty good. And I think at that point, it's like, I realized Craig was hurting a bit. And so it's like, I really, again, like working those downhills, it's like, I start giving some hard surges,
Where he's at.
seeing what he's got. So it's probably from like 20 to 21. It's like, I start gapping him a bit. I realize, I think like, in that mile, I'm not sure exactly the distance, but I probably put 5 seconds on us. A good back, like a good gap. I see him, but it's again like I'm looking back and I'm like, it's who's this other guy here? I was like, because eventually I see he passes Craig, Steven passes
Yeah.
Craig, so I'm like, I don't know who it is because it's like
Yeah.
I haven't
'Cause you're
seen
just
Steven
doing
the whole
quick.
race.
Yeah.
But I see he's there, and I think right before we turn onto Greenville Ave, I hear somebody like
He's
I
coming
can tell
up.
he's closing the gap on me, and I hear somebody cheering. It's, let's go, Steven. I'm like, oh man, this is gonna be tough now.
Now
Because like
he's doing what you just did to Craig.
yeah, exactly.
And so now he's got you kind of. This is awesome. Keep going, man. This is
No,
great.
so it's I think so it's there's maybe 2 minutes like when I during that point when I gap Craig, I'm like, holy shoot, like I might win this thing. I was like, but then it's like I hear Steven lurking. I'm like, okay, like he's gonna make me work for this. So eventually I'm not sure the whole like streets names, but it's like we turn on the Greenville Ave and then we get into that long like downhill stretch and we're with all the half marathoners now. So that was really fun. Like really loved the Dallas race and all those half marathoners were like, holy cow, these guys are running fast. But I
You
think
were.
probably around, yeah, I think I would say around like 21, 22, Steven catches me and we are just flying. And I was listening to the podcast you had with Steven. It's like, he didn't realize how quick we were going. But
Yeah.
so first, like when he catches up to me, it's like me being me. I'm like, yo, what's up, Steven? NCAA champion. And so that was funny. He got a chuckle and I think he asked my name and I was like, it should be a fun finish. And
I love that.
really, yeah, nice. It's all fun at the end of the day.
Yeah. But still a race. Keep going.
Yeah, still racing. We're flying down, like I think we get the wind on our back and like it's a steady downhill. We split a 507 according to my watch and
Dang.
like
Oh my
it's
God.
it's fast. And it's like this is mile 22 of the race. I'm like, and I can
He's trying to break you, brother.
Yeah, he
That's
is.
what he was trying to do.
And no,
He
he
didn't
was
say that,
absolutely
but that's what he was doing.
no,
I think.
absolutely. And I respect it. It's like that's what he had to do. And yeah, I did not have it's like maybe the lactate, maybe I didn't have after that first 507, it's like I just don't have it to match. I think within that next mile, like I think I slowed down to 530s, and like he splits another like 510.
Jeez.
Looking back on Strava, and so that's pretty much the race. Then I realize it's like I don't got it. It's like maybe looking back, it's if I really fought, like listening again to his podcast is like realizing like how much he was hurting that like last mile. It's like
How do you
maybe if
know
I had
though? But yeah,
really fought, it's like I could have stuck a mile or two more, but then I would have been really struggling that last bit. But
you could have hit the sixes. Who knows?
yeah, and didn't want to do that. So at that point, I still realize it's like breaking 25s definitely in the breaking 225s definitely in the cards.
Yeah,
Really had that
especially
like
after that
goal and
mile.
just yeah. And again, it's like just enjoying it. It's like the people cheering and the other half marathoners. They're like, "Oh, you're flying, man." I'm like, "Man, I'm dead." So
Yeah.
talking to them, it's like just enjoying it and like that's at the end of the day, it's all fun. It's I just love it. It's if you're not having fun, like why are you doing it? So,
Did you
got to
already
see
know,
like
like at mile 23, that you weren't gonna win, or did you at
yeah.
least have that mindset, anyways? Or
Yeah, 'cause
okay,
it's like after like mile 23, it's like he had gapped me about 20 seconds. And
okay,
yeah, there's a lot of racing left, but it's like the gap just kept growing. And it's by the time we got like into the last mile when we are doing all the rounds about the city, it's I can't see him anymore. It's like
yeah.
the turns. So it's like I'm like
Who cares?
unless he's walking, it's I'm not catching him. And it's I pretty much realized it's like I had like second place locked up. It's like I could tell nobody was really behind me. So just obviously focusing enough and like to break the 225 because that was definitely a goal I had, but just like trying to keep it together, make sure it's like focus on the form, like nothing bad happens. And
Were you hurting pretty bad, or
yes, but not like super,
okay?
super bad, I would say. It's like I don't feel like it's like I really went into a super dark place. Definitely probably left a few seconds on the table if I really wanted it, but it was yeah, a few seconds isn't worth
A few
that
minutes
immense
might be
amount
worth
of
it,
pain.
but a few
Yeah,
seconds,
but
maybe not.
yeah, but no, was definitely exhausted by the end. It's like when I eventually finished, it's I gave in a pretty good kick to make sure I got under 225. I think the official time was 224:43. So
So it was
really
close.
was definitely close. It's
Wasn't
was definitely
gonna.
locked in enough that
Yeah.
it's like to make sure I got it. And then it's like after I finished, I collapsed to the ground. It's like I was just exhausted. It's like my legs were gone. And yeah, but it was really fun.
Wow. That
Congratulations
was
again to Steven. That was
Congratulations to you, brother. You know
thank
that
you.
I mean, Stephen did great. You did amazing as well, and you give it a hard fought. You're gonna win some marathons for sure if you keep doing it. So I don't have any doubts about it. What's next for you?
So I'm planning to do the Cowtown half marathon.
Okay, yeah, I'll be there.
Looking looking to I guess go for the win there. Just try to
Yeah.
compete. But I guess my next I guess now it's I guess this past like season, past build was a bit still more focused on 5K training. So really want to like go all in on the marathon, really give it a crack, focus like more like quality long runs. So looking to try to run like April 19th, the Jersey City Marathon looks to be a pretty in New Jersey, pretty quick course, a
Awesome.
solid field, a little bit of prize money. So maybe there, maybe if I can squeak into the top three, but I think I can get into their elite field. And so that's the next one I got on the calendar.
What's so
But
special about that elite field? Is there any some specific that you might would like that?
really, so one, I saw that with a sub 225 marathon, you'd be able to get quite a bit of perks with hotel accommodation and some other, it's like they had like bottle service out on the course and potentially like pacers, like a 220 pacer.
Okay,
So
really?
yeah, or I
20
think
pacer.
yeah, or I think they're also like trying to get a like some Olympic trials qualifiers, pacers
Okay.
if the field is there for that. So I think it also seems pretty flat, like anything's flat compared to Dallas. But yeah, I want to just it's I'd like to try to go run a fast. Like I feel like I had Dallas like that was just a very windy day.
Yeah, it was
It's a
tough.
tough course. It's a tough course. It's I feel like I left some minutes like I feel like I'm in closer to like maybe 222 shape on a just a quicker course, like better like wind day. I think like this Jersey City Marathon. I think obviously it's like weather permitting. I think it looks like a course that I can run pretty quick on.
I
And
think
so
220 is a possibility for you.
yeah, that's definitely I guess my big goal for 2026. That'd be fun.
100%, dude.
Thank you.
I think that's doable. So you said something about bottle service. It's funny because Steven said that too. You think that would be a big perk, or is that a big?
Not a huge perk, but I think it'd be nice. It's like I did mainly gel or pretty much only gels and like just
Mm,
taking like the water cups.
yeah.
And I do quite a bit of my training. If I have my mom on the bike, she'll bring a carb mixed drink, and I do like it. I feel like it's a bit easier just getting in because you need a balance in just getting carbs, but also getting in hydration, especially I feel like I'm a bit of a sweater. So it's like making sure I'm not getting too dehydrated. So I think bottle service it's a nice perk to have.
Do you see yourself doing Dallas again, or?
Definitely is on my calendar. I'm definitely like, don't have my full like fall 2026 season planned out, but we'll definitely run Dallas. That's a for sure. Want to
Marathon
come
or
back.
the half?
Probably the marathon.
I mean, yeah, yeah,
win it.
yeah. I think there's a huge chance. Dude, man, what a great conversation. Like, I really enjoy this conversation. I just enjoy the competition that you guys go through in your mind. And to run a 224 and faster and things like that, you have to know what you're doing, like in a marathon. When you look at a person like myself or something like that, I'm just trying to get through the marathon and trying to hit a 320 or it's a different mindset. And you're trying to go for the win, potentially the win, especially at something like Dallas, right? And so you have all these strategies around, all right, the first 6 miles I'm doing this, then 6 to 12 I'm doing this, and then I want to do this from 15 to 20, and then 20 I just really want to go at it hard, just like you and Steven going at it and hitting a 507 mile at mile 22 or whatever it was, 20, whatever. That's insane, but that's the race. That's what's going through your mind. And man, that's exciting to me. And I think that it's fun to hear what you guys are going through and all the stuff. So is there anything that I missed that you're like, oh man, we should have talked about this, whether it's training or the marathon or what's next? I don't know, whatever it is, anything that you put out there.
I don't think so. I think we've been talking at it for a while. So no, I think we got a lot covered.
We
That's
did.
pretty much my story up to here. But yeah, just I don't know. Something I always like. It's like looking at so many of these marathoners, and it's like I have so many years under my belt, and I think that's something that really keeps me going every morning. It's like some of the best marathoners out there. It's like mid 30s, and it's like thinking I have 13 years left.
Easily.
It's 13 years before I'm 35. It's what can I do? And that's what keeps me going every morning, and like just keeps me excited about trying to see all the potential I have, and just
Yeah.
really
And I would
enjoying
say,
it.
like, I think you should get out and train with some of these really fast guys. I think that'll help in some ways to obviously get to know them a little bit. You've done that in the past, trained with really fast people, but start training with some marathon people if you can on the weekends or something. The Sloths are a great group. Steven is great. He's here on the weekend sometimes. And there's this guy, Travis Dowd. They all live in Dallas that he wants to hit under 220 at some point.
You know,
They all
definitely.
have big goals, can potentially run at your speed or actually can. So I'm just saying, nothing like training with these guys. Matt Campbell is the leader of the Sloths and the really fast guys. I don't know. It's my thoughts. Casey, man, this has been great. I really appreciate you coming on.
Thank you for having me. I've really enjoyed it too.
All right. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in to another DFW Running Talk. I'm Chris Detzel. Don't forget to rate and review us. And please go to dfwrunningtalk.substack.com for our newsletter. Casey, thanks again.
Absolutely. Thank you.